We're going to teach you how to play the Out of the Aeons minigame or perform the Out of the Aeons rite in the game Rites of Cthulhu from Quirky Engine Entertainment. So let's go ahead and put that on the table. Okay, so we're going to follow the turn order card, which is included in the game. The Grand Cultist will be me for the sake of explanation. The Grand Cultist deals 5 cards to each player, so we start there. Then, after considering his or her hand, the Grand Cultist selects the rite. Now this is where the Out of the Aeons rite comes in handy strategically, because if you have a bad hand that you don't think you can use on any of the other rites, you can choose Out of the Aeons and it triggers a redeal. So it's over here, right? So I look at my hand, it's bad. I say, hey, I'm going to trigger a redeal. We're doing Out of the Aeons. At that point, all the cultists have to turn in their cards. Now the first thing you have to do is go through the entities deck and find all of the Brotherhood of the King's cards. And those are the ones that are colored gold. The suit is gold. Now for the sake of explanation, I put them all on the bottom of the deck so I don't have to go through and find them all. So you take those out and you form a kind of a mini deck. Then you're going to deal a number of the remaining cards to the cultists and then toss the rest of the cards out of the game for the duration of this rite. And that number is determined on the back of the Out of the Aeons tablet, and all the tablets have rule summaries on the back of them. You look at the number of cultists that are playing the game and deal that many cards to each cultist. In this case, for 2 cultists, we have 2 cultists playing, we're going to deal 14 cards, and there will be 14 remainders, and the remainders just go out of the game. If you're playing with 5 cultists, you're going to deal 8 cards, and there will be 2 remainders. So we're going to deal 14 cards. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then the rest of the cards go out of the game. They won't be used for the duration of this rite. All right, now, going back to this, the Grand Cultist reveals the coveted artifact at this point. So I'm going to flip over the top, coveted artifact. We're playing for Henry Ackley's brain, which is worth 2 points at the end of the overarching game. The next phase is invoke the coveted artifact's power, which is written in this rule box on the coveted artifact. We're not going to do that right now because I just want to explain how to perform the Out of the Aeons rite. So you take that coveted artifact and you put it on the rite tablet and put it back in its place, and that's what we're playing for. Now, this game is really simple and surprisingly tactical. All you do is one by one reveal the top card from the Brotherhood of the King's deck. And what you're doing is this story, this H.P. Lovecraft story Out of the Aeons, is about a museum that houses all kinds of strange oddities. So you're trying to get museum artifacts, as many as you can. So you're going to bid on these cards one by one, and whoever plays the highest card wins the artifact. But if it's a tie, the artifact is thrown out. And the cards go from 0 to 13. Every single cult or every single suit has 0 to 13 cards, but we don't know what's in there because remember, we've thrown out some of the cards. So if you play your 13 card for an artifact with a high number on it, chances are someone else is going to throw a 13. You'll both lose your cards and the artifact will get thrown out of the game. So let's start. Also, as the Grand Cultist, you're going to want to check the back of these cards, or of these tablets, because at the bottom, it has a privilege of the Grand Cultist. In this case, once during the rite, the Grand Cultist may discard 1 card from the Brotherhood of the King's subdeck after it has been revealed and before bidding commences. So if one comes up there and I say, no, we're not bidding on that one, I can throw it out. So here we go. Number 1, we're playing for 10 points. And the suits or colors of your cards don't really matter. All that matters in this game are the numbers. So how you bid is you pick the card of choice from your hand, slide it out face down. All the cultists slide their cards out face down. When they're all out there, at the count of 3, everybody turns them over, and whoever has the highest number wins the museum artifact. 1, 2, 3. I have a 12, he has a 10, so this goes to me. This is worth 10 points at the end of the rite, so you want to have high-ranking cards. Now, if the 0 card comes up, some of these cards have zeros on them. If the 0 of the Brotherhood of the Kings comes up, that 0 card is going to double the value of any other single card that you've won, any other single museum artifact that you've won. So I get this, and these go into the discard pile. Next artifact we're playing for is worth 2 points. So we look through our hands. 1, 2, 3. I played a 1, he played a 5. I probably should have played a little bit better because points are worth a lot. And by the way, if you're bidding for cards and you bid with a 0 card, it is worth 0. Okay, next one we're playing for is the 8. We'll slide them out there. Count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I have a 10, he has a 7, so I keep the 8 card. A 6. 1, 2, 3. 8 and 6, so I'm going to keep that 6. Next one is a 7. 1, 2, 3. I have an 8, he has a 6, so I keep that. I'm dominating with the lower numbered cards, which isn't a bad strategy. This is a 3. So now we slide our cards out. 1, 2, 3. I have a 4, he has a 4. It's a tie. In the event of a tie, it all gets tossed. So nobody gets that artifact. Next one is a 9. 1, 2, 3. 9, he has an 11, so he keeps that one. A 1. 1, 2, 3. I have a 3, he has a 2, so I keep the 1. Here's a 5. 1, 2, 3. 7 and a 9, he gets the 5. 11. Oops. 1, 2, 3. I got a 12, he has an 11, so I'm going to keep that one. Oh, the 0, which doubles the value of any other card that you have won, that you've bid for and successfully won. This is probably the best card to get. 1, 2, 3. I have a 12, he has a 9, so I get that one. A 4. 1, 2, 3. 2 and a 5. 13. 1, 2, 3. He gets the 13. With 13, I played a 0. So you probably know the quality of my last card. The last card we're bidding for is the 12. 1, 2, 3. So he gets it with a 3. Now that we have bid on and won all of the cards in the Brotherhood of the Kings, we count up the points. I have 46 plus a 0 card, which doubles the value of any of the other cards. So I won that right. So being the winner, I get to take this card and put it in front of me. This goes out of the game. And I put it in front of me straight up and down. And at a later point in the game, I can trigger this power by knocking the card sideways one more time. And that's how to play Out of the Aeons from Rites of Cthulhu, a game from Quirky Engine Entertainment.